Many of you may not have realized that this is Park and Recreation Month. Well, it's in the United States, but also we're going to make it in the city of Sun Prairie. So I have a proclamation, which I'm going to read, and then I'm going to present it to our Parks, Recreation, and Forestry staff, and then hopefully somebody from the staff will have something to say. Who would have thought? Whereas Parks and Recreation is an integral part of communities throughout this country, including Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. And whereas the City of Sun Prairie Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department manages and maintains over 420 acres of parklands, 45 parks and special use areas, over 12,000 public trees, and runs over 500 recreation programs annually. And whereas Parks and Recreation programs, services, and facilities support and promote our community's health and wellness, connectivity to nature, connectedness to one another, and encourages physical activity and personal development. And whereas Parks and Recreation programs, services, and facilities also play a critical role in increasing a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, and crime reduction. And whereas Parks and Recreation is fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community, ensuring the ecological and environmental prosperity of our community through conversations, preservation, and educational activities. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Park and Recreation Month. And whereas Sun Prairie recognizes the benefits derived from its parks, recreation, forestry programs, services, and facilities. Now therefore be it resolved, I, Paul Esser, by virtue of authority vested in me as mayor, on behalf of the city of Sun Prairie, do hereby proclaim that July is recognized as Park and Recreation Month in the city of Sun Prairie. So I would like to present this to our staff, all of our staff. Let's get Jen here, and then Chris can get a picture. And then Kristin, if you would like to say a few words, that would be wonderful.
Okay, you guys gotta get over here too. All right, well, thank you. So we love Parks and Rec Month in Sun Prairie. And I just wanted to say a couple of things. So I am honored to lead this department. If you haven't had one-on-one time with me, you know I love my job. And I just think back and reflect on all the stuff that we've been able to do over the past several years. We built the Tom Rita Top Splash Pad and Playground. We did a skate park expansion. We are systematically replacing our playgrounds with a focus on accessibility and inclusivity. We did the Vandenberg Heights project and put in the garden over there. We expanded concerts in the park. We did the Jurassic Park Fun Run. We have the Fun Prairie marketing campaign. We've been able to expand our programs, and we have tons and tons of wait lists, unfortunately, which is a good problem to have. We are now working on volunteer opportunities and expanding that. And then, last but certainly not least, we have our pickleball court expansion with the tournament next week, which is now officially the largest pickleball tournament in the state of Wisconsin. Very exciting. And really, when I think about all these things, it boils down to the staff. And a lot of times I get compliments on the job I'm doing, and that feels uncomfortable for me because I get to be the face of the department, but it really boils down to the team. And I say this in the most sincere way, but I have the best team ever. I'm so lucky. It's the best team I've ever worked with throughout my career. So if any of them leave, I'm going with. But so I really just want to take a moment to acknowledge the team, and this is just a fraction of our team. Not everyone is able to make it, but we have Carrie Anderson, who's our office assistant, so you might have talked to her on the phone. Elise Peters, our community events and sponsorship development coordinator, and then Ben Andrews, our recreation program specialist. And we work hard and we play hard. So one thing about this team I can say is that we all love what we do. We love the community that we get to do it in, and we love the people we get to do it with and for. And I think that's why we've been able to do so much, because our hearts are all in the jobs that we do. So just want to recognize the team. They're amazing. And July 15th, so next Friday, is Parks and Recreation Professionals Day. So if you have a chance, thank the Parks and Recreation professional. But thank you for all of your support. Good